What is up, guys? So we're back with another video, and today we're going to talk about how to grow your biceps. I know the summer's coming around, and I know a lot of you guys want to know how to grow certain body parts, so let's get into the bicep. So essentially these are 3 tips that we're going to talk about on how to grow the bicep head, and all that. And these are the 3 tips that have helped me tremendously, let's say, in my journey, and have grown my arms personally, because I used to be a very skinny boy, let's say, when I was younger in high school. And I still am, but I think I've made some improvements, and these are the 3 things that I believe have done so. So first thing is muscle-mind connection. Don't just go through the reps, not even, aimlessly just pumping the iron, shaking, this and that. Really try to contract and control. So as you can see here, with 20s, let's say, if you're just aimlessly pumping, you're not really engaging anything, you're just kind of swinging through the motion. You're not really working that muscle. You can maybe get a pump because the blood is actually rushing there. However, it's not going to grow because you're not actually working the muscle itself and breaking the fibers down. So when it comes to the muscle-mind connection, you really want to slow things down and make sure you engage. And as you see here, when you come up to the top, you need to start squeezing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And even at the top, you got to squeeze and make sure that you are still connected to the muscle and you're getting that full range of motion in there. And as you go down, you're still engaging the muscle, you're still working it, it's still going through, and relax. So that'll be 1 complete rep, all right? And as you go through with both dumbbells, you wanna slowly make sure that you're squeezing and coming down. Squeeze, come down. And that's it. You don't wanna go through the motions again. There's no point in doing that. You're just swinging. You're going to engage your shoulders. You're going to engage your rear delts. You're going to engage your back, your lats, and everything in that sense. And you'll also hurt yourself. All right. So that is one thing that is massively important to grow. You need to make sure that you're engaging that muscle and solely that muscle, or else you're not really working it. The second point is the rep ranges. So just like your back, just like your legs, just like your chest, your arms are a muscle. So why are you training it differently from other muscle groups? So for example, a lot of people think that the 10 to 12 range is the sweet spot, 8 to 10 range is the sweet spot for muscle hypertrophy or growth within your back, your legs, your chest. But then when it comes to your biceps, your triceps, you just start repping out 30s, 30 reps, 40 reps, saying high volume, high volume, high volume. How does that make sense if with your other muscle groups, you're not necessarily doing that? So again, if you keep it to a controlled 10 to 12 quality reps, that's exactly where the sweet spot is for growth. So one big workout that I do enjoy, apart from the standing, let's say, curls, is having a, let's say, inverted bench kind of thing. And then you're able to get some quality reps in where you're fully extending and then squeezing at the top again. So when you train these, you get a weight that's decent enough or heavy enough to get those 10 to 12 reps. And from there, you'll see that you'll be able to grow. Your muscle will actually be sore. It's not necessarily just gonna be the pump. You're actually gonna break down your muscle fibers. And again, that is the sweet spot for hypertrophy. And as time goes on, you're gonna progressively overload. And instead of doing 20, you do 22.5, you do 25, you do 27.5. So along with the 10 to 12 rep range, do not forget the progressive overload that I have talked about in past videos, because that's exactly what's gonna help you grow and add more work to the muscle so it can stimulate it and grow. So the third tip is time under tension. So this is another way to increase intensity along with the progressive overload, along with the rep ranges, along with adding weight, is time under tension again. So this is where you want to make sure, as we said a bit earlier, the muscle is engaged all the way through. However, you start to slow your reps down. Rather than just pumping through them, you're slowing it down, making sure you're feeling that all the way through, that pull all the way through. So as you can see here, rather than just rushing through them like we spoke about earlier, you want to go up, squeeze, and slowly come down. Meanwhile, it's still engaged, still engaged, still engaged, still engaged, still engaged, still engaged, and then you come back up. And you squeeze again, and you go back down. On the way up, You could go a little bit quicker just to engage the fast twitch fibers, let's say. However, on the negative, that is the biggest part of the time under tension that you want to get correct, because that is where a lot of work is left undone, let's say, for people who are beginners, because a lot of them just like to rush through the fast part and rush through and just drop the weight. However, that is probably where you're going to make the maximum amount of gains, because that is where your muscle fibers are actually tearing, because again, it's time under tension. All right, guys, so those are the three tips. And a little bonus one is, if you are just doing an arm day or anything of that nature, I highly suggest you warm up the muscle group first, get blood flowing so you can start that muscle-mind connection prior to those working sets. Because again, if you're going into it cold, you're not really going to be activating anything. So again, just warm up the muscle, get started, use those 3 tips, and you'll smash it. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you can drop the video a like, subscribe, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one.